We are good now.
We're good now.
Come to the.
ברוכים הבאים to Shaarey Yerushalayim Wednesday class shiur. No, I don't need to different. My voice.
Good.
Okay, so ברוכים הבאים to our shiur. Usually we go straight into the shiur, and Max mentioned the sponsor. The reason why Max asked me to say a few words is because of my good friend Chaim who's sitting over here, and because of the circumstances that Chaim decided to sponsor this shiur. Chaim called me this week, and he was here in the event that we did for the family of the hostage in Gaza. And he said, look, there's another thing in light of the war in Israel. A good friend of mine, his nephew or friend or good family, is a fallen soldier. If you all remember, about a week and a half ago, there was a drone that hit a military base and 4 soldiers died. And Chaim asked me what I want to do something. He's a close friend of mine. Of course, the soldier is close to all of our hearts. So what can I do? And one thing to another, I told him about our shiur, and he said, that's what I want to do. And another thing what we liked about the shiur, that it could be recorded and then shared with the family. So the family in Israel can also see. And Chaim said, can I come? I said, well, let me check with that authorities. But, Chaim came. So this shiur is Leilui Nishmat, Omri Tamari, Hashem Yikom Damo, a chayal that fell while fighting for the well-being of Israel, protecting Israel in this war that's still going on in 7 different fronts. And Chaim Linder, my good friend, is sponsoring the shiur. May Hashem will have Ilui Nishama in the merit of this shiur, and we'll do Ashkava later, and that will be also recorded.
And we'll send you the recording after. Chaim. Let me send. Okay, Chaim Mazak, thank you for sponsoring. Okay, so we'll start with the parasha. Lecha. We have a story of the 4 kingdoms versus the 5 kingdoms. And so there are 4 major kingdoms that went to battle with 5 major kingdoms. And Abraham Abinu heard about the Milchama. He heard that Lot was captured and he was a hostage. And this is the story as it goes. You can read it for yourself. You probably know it by now. He gathers all the people. Whether that's Eliezer or all the people. He has a lot of people. Regardless, he goes there and he saves the day and he wins the war. What happens after the war? The Melech Sedom comes out and he says, wow, thank you, Abraham Avinu. Melchizedek Melech Shalem comes out, the Oshem ben Noach, he brings wine and bread. And he blesses him. Blessed is Abraham. This is the first time you see the word Magen, by the way, with Abraham. We say every day in the Amidah, Magen Abraham. This is the first time you see it, Magen. And then right after this, Hashem says to Abraham, the word Magen. I'm going to be Magen for you. And this is the main part right here, Pasuk 21 and onward. The Melech Sedom says, give me the hostages, and you take all the money. Am I going to lift my hand against the God who's Koneh Shamayim Va'aretz? He's using the same title for Hashem, by the way, that the Melchizedek himself used. You see Pasuk Yod Het and Yod Tet. Was the words of Melchizedek. Now Abraham is repeating it back to him. And here's the main Pasuk. Chaf Gimel. Not even a string, not even a shoelace, I will take from the spoils of war. I will not take anything from you. And don't you dare say that I am the one who made Abraham wealthy. My wealth is only from Hashem, not from you. So I'm taking nothing, and I didn't take a shoelace, I didn't take a thread. Only what the boys need to eat. This is what she says, his 3 buddies. Otherwise, actually the Pasuk says straight out, otherwise I don't want anything. So he gives 2 examples of things he's not going to take. Mihut ve'ad seroch na'al, not a thread or a shoelace. Let's go to the Gemara Sotah, page 2, page 3 in the booklet. Gemara Sotah, Daf Yod Zayin. Darash Rabbah. Rabbah learned. Bischar she'amar Avraham Avinu, by the red arrow. Bischar she'amar Avraham Avinu im yichut be'atziroch na'al. With the reward that Avraham Avinu got for saying this, that I won't even take a shoelace or a thread, zachu banav lebet mitzvot. His children would end up receiving 2 mitzvot as a reward. Hut shel techelet, sisit, the blue string of sisit, v'letzu'ah shel tefillin, and the straps of tefillin. And so that's his reward. Because you said, you're going to show the whole world, none of my money or anything comes from you. It only comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a big Kiddush Hashem. I'm going to give your sons 2 massive mitzvot later on, sisit and tefillin. Gemara says. Anyone have a question with this, by the way? This is off the record.
Anybody?
Yeah, anyone have a question? Besides for what's the connection? Is there a better question? That's good. That's another good question, but it's not what I'm looking for. That's good, but I'm looking for something better.
Usually represent
the whole spectrum. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question also. I don't have
much greater than this. So
this is we see over here, first of all, Kiddush Hashem. The power of Kiddush Hashem. When you show the world the yashrut of a Yehudi. I don't touch anything that doesn't belong to me. It's the reward for this is unbelievable. And these are all good questions. Yeah. There would be. That's a great question, but there's a little bit better, Nehemiah. A little bit better. Last week's Perasha, Ari. The blues. Yeah, so which one matches up with which? So the hut, the string matches up with the chelet string. And the shoelace, which is like probably leather or a leather shoe, matches up with the strap to the tefillin. It's almost the same imagery. The question that I'm looking. Yeah.
Like you said last week.
Last week's Perasha, come on. This.
You don't need any.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Haim.
Is what clothes are made of.
Yeah.
Not at the very bottom, so I don't want anything
from the top or the bottom. Although that's good, Haim, but I also like Moshe's question. Usually when you say meh something, odd something, it's a range. So it'd be like, I didn't take 1 penny up to $1 million. The string and the shoelace are both worthless. Yeah, I guess. It depends what kind of suit, depends what kind of string you have. I'm looking for a better question than this, guys. And I don't have the answer. I was expecting the question. Yeah, this is a great question here. Here's the question. I think it's a Rashi. Remember the story of Noah getting drunk? So Noah is drunk, and Shem and Yefet do the noble thing by respecting their father. Each one of them got a reward. Rashi says, Yefet, listen to this Rashi. Vayikach Shem vayefet. Shem vayefet take the cloak or the blanket and they cover their father Noah. I'm off the record now. Now we're off the record. It took us only 1 minute to go off the record. Listen to this question though. And I don't have the answer, so you guys have to provide the answer. Limed, says Rashi, Limed al Shem shene'emet nit'ametz v'mitzvah yoter miyefet. It says Vayikach Shem vayefet. It should have said, yeah, because it should have said Vayikhu. It says Vayikach, which means one guy really was the guy doing it. Yefet was just following along. It was really Shem. Lechach zachu banav the talit shel sisit. Therefore, the children of Shem got a reward, the mitzvah of sisit. Which one is it? Shem or Avraham Avinu? Ah, very good. I was with Ari, yeah? Ari, hear it? Techelet is the next level up. Shem, that's the answer I would give. Shem got tzitzit, no techelet. You know, tzitzit. Some people walk around with like the blue strings in the talet. I mean, kol hakavod, you don't have to. Rambam writes straight out in lano techelet. We don't know where it is. They claim they found the fish. All right, whatever it is. We don't. Rambam says the chelet and the Gemara talks about this also. The chelet and the white strings are two separate mitzvot. If you don't have blue on your CC, even in the time of the Beit Hamikdash, if you don't have techelet, you still mekayem mitzvah CC. Just not mekayem mitzvah techelet. And so you would say Shem got the mitzvah of CC, and then when Abraham took it up to the next level, now you get the one string amongst the other ones of the special blue. That's the answer I will give. Off the record.
You know, when you say the full mitzvah, all the mitzvot is the full. But when you say full mitzvah, Shabbat, and the tzitzit, it literally say,
yeah.
It's really a tool to remember.
Yeah.
And because of what
some
they did,
reward. Your reward is
yeah.
But Allah, that is the best reward. It's like the tzitzit is like an engagement ring. It's like a wedding ring. Hashem says, "I want you to wear my ring and look at me and always see it." That's the way I look at it. But it's a good question. His question is like, imagine go to one of your nephews and say, "Okay, your reward for behaving is you got to go do a mitzvah." No, yeah, I mean, like you get another mitzvah you have to do. If we appreciated what the mitzvah was, we would understand. Okay, let's get back on the record. So this is the Gemara says, we know that tefillin is very important. The main two words are not in the Gemara here. And all the Amei Ha'aretz will look at you and be afraid of you. What are they going to look at you and see? The tefillin. When the nations of the world see the tefillin shel rosh, they get very scared. You know the famous story of the Lubavitch Rebbe? Before the Lubavitch Rebbe, with the soldiers in Israel, obviously. Remember that story? There was, I think it was the Yom Kippur War, when the soldiers were exposed on the mountain. They were exposed. They were open target. And then they realized after the enemies had them in their sights and didn't touch them. And so afterwards, when they got one of the bad guys, they asked him, "Why don't you shoot us?" And he said, "What are you talking about? I saw thousands and thousands and thousands of like angels surrounding you." Tefillin shel rosh. This is why the Lubavitch Rebbe started the tefillin campaign for Chabad. This is why Chabad. Did you know this? Chabad tefillin, they're most famous for. It started with the war in Israel. That's how it started. The Rebbe, I read the letter from the Rebbe. The Rebbe said, "You're going to war now in Eretz Israel. The only thing that the Amim are afraid of is tefillin. Everyone must put on tefillin." That's how it started. To this very day, Chabad wraps tefillin mainly, and one other reason because of karkafta. The Gemara says someone who doesn't fulfill any mitzvot gets no halak lamaba. And what's an example? A karkafta de lo manach tefillin, a skull that didn't put tefillin ever. Okay, so we know that tefillin is a good reward. What's so good about tzitzit? What's the benefit of wearing tzitzit? Of wearing techelet, the blue tzitzit? Tichtiv, everybody knows this. Why is techelet different from all other colors? What's so special about blue? So it's a sapphire. Everybody knows this. And so techelet is very special. This is Gemara number 1. Gemara number 1 in Sotah, page Yod Zayin, is teaching us that Abraham Avinu got 2 rewards for this Kiddush Hashem, even though he just had a massive victory, and he could have said, "This was all me. Yes, I want the reward and I want the fame." He says, "No, nothing's for me. I don't want nothing. It's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I don't want $1." And he got 2 mitzvot, tzitzit and tefillin. Let's go to the next Gemara. Gemara Shabbat, page Samach Aleph, page 61. In the booklet, page 4. It says the Gemara Shabbat in the red arrow. De'amar Rabbi Yohanan. Rabbi Yohanan says, "Ketefillin kach min alin." Just like we put tefillin, so too we put our shoes on. The same way we put tefillin, we put our shoes on. Ma tefillin b'smol. Af min amin b'smol. Just like we put tefillin on the left arm, so too you should put your left shoe on first. Tefillin has to just be like the shoes, the same thing. Metibe, we have a question. Bezat has the same question. Metibe, question. Kishuhu no'el, we learned that when you take your tefillin, you put your shoes on. No'el shel yamin, you put your right shoe on first. Ve'ahakach no'el shel simol, and then you put your left shoe on first. So what are you talking about? No, we do the yad first. But the left arm. Right, but the tefillin is not on the right arm. Why is tefillin not on the right arm? Besides for that, the main reason is this. That's a Hasidic reason, which is good. This is the real reason. Al yadecha. One time it says yud dal chaf, and then another time it says yud dal chaf he yad keha, the weak hand. And then the Hasidic report, which is the pinimiot of it, is the left.
I have a little problem.
Yes.
Before they talked about shoes at the very low value.
Yeah, but there's the shoelace.
Huh?
The shoelace.
Shoelace. And here we make a comparison almost.
The shoe is very valuable.
Very valuable.
Yeah.
Because of the tefillin and the shoes. So
yeah, but think. Yeah, hold that question. I want to go back to it maybe at the end. It'll make more sense. Hold that question. So again, this gemara started saying you should put tefillin, your shoes on left foot first, and then we said, what are you talking about? It says put the right shoe on first. Amar Rabbi Yosef says, Hashta detanya haki. Now that we learned the second one, that you put your right shoe on first and then your left shoe on first. The Amar Rabbi Yohanan haki, and Yohanan says this: the abad haki abad, with the abad haki abad. Do whatever you want. You want to put your left shoe on first, put your left shoe on first. You want to put your right shoe on first, put the right shoe on first. It doesn't matter. Whatever one you want. Says Abaye. It just says put on right now. Hold on, you're jumping. You know too much. You know that. We're just saying now putting on.
No, it says red.
Let's put on. That's all. Put on. No. Put on. Yeah. But I think you already know the gemara, so it's going to come after. So the gemara, as Abaye says, do whatever you want. No, who said this? Rabbi Yosef. Abaye, who always argues on Rabbi Yosef. But Abaye says to him, maybe Rabbi Yohanan just never heard the second one. The second one, which taught us that you should put the right shoe on first. That's why he said put the left on first. If he knew this, he would take back what he said, and he would agree. Just put the right shoe on first. Or maybe Shamiale, maybe he did hear this other teaching that said the right shoe should go first, because about in halakha Mishnah. And he holds, I don't care about that Mishnah. You have to put it on the left foot first to mimic tefillin. Amar Rahman bar Yitzhak says, Rahman bar Yitzhak, Yedei Shamayim, Yotzei Yedei Shetehen. If you fear heaven, you should do both. Yedei Shamayim, you should do both. How do you do both? And who? And who is the Yedei Shamayim? Says the Gemara, Who is the Yedei Shamayim? Umanu, Mad Bered Rabbana. Mad Bered Rabbana was this guy, Yedei Shamayim, and he made the compromise. Hechi Abid, what did he do? Siyam Diyamine. He finished putting on his right shoe, Ve'lo Katan, and he didn't tie it. Siyam Desimale, and then he puts on his left shoe. Ve'Katar, he ties his left shoe. Ve'Adar Katar Diyamine, and then he ties his right shoe.
So right, he did the opposite then. He puts on left, then puts on right.
No, right, left, tie left,
puts on
tie
right,
right.
then puts on left, then ties right.
No.
We do the opposite way.
Right, left, right.
We do the opposite in left foot first.
No, let's see Shulchan Aruch right below. Look at Shulchan Aruch.
Right, left, right.
Before we do Shulchan Aruch, let's see Tosafot. Look at Tosafot. I put a red arrow on the left side. B'siyam desimale v'katar on the left side. Says Tosafot, Omer Riva says, only when it comes to tying laces, the left shoe comes first. Mishum dehashibu tefillin hu b'keshira, because tefillin is tied like a lace. Abal ivcha lo, but if it was nothing to do with laces, forget about it. With a high tama, for this reason, yesh l'n'ol shel yamin tehila v'min alim she'en b'hen keshira. If there's no laces, just put the right shoe on first and don't honor the left shoe and put the left shoe on second. Why, sisters of foot? Because if there's no tying, it's not the same thing.
Right, so the left shoe
So the foot says,
if it's got laces,
no, put the right shoe first and then
then the
left
left
shoe.
and then tie.
Tie the left
So
and then
what's
tie
the
the right.
chidush? If
The
it's
chidush
there's
is-
no lace, just put the
yeah,
right.
so the
Anyway,
support-
it starts with the right.
No, to support Chidush is if you can't do the right, left, right, maybe you should go back to the original teaching and just put the left shoe on first to honor tefillin, like tefillin. The Chidush is no. We're only going to do tefillin if we have laces to match the tzuot of the tefillin.
And then
His question is a question.
What's the tie?
Very good question. Yeah, well, that's the point of the whole thing. Let's see Shulchan Aruch. Right below this, Shulchan Aruch, Orahayim Siman Bet. In all, min al yamin tehila. First, you should put your right shoe. V'lo ikshirenu, don't tie it. V'achar in all simol, and then put your left shoe. Ikshirenu, and then tie your left shoe. V'achazov yishlosh shalmin, and then you go and tie your right. Says the Ramah Haga, Ramah She'isulis. Ubemin anim shelanu, and our shoes she'enam keshira. I guess in Europe, they don't have laces in Europe. In our shoes with no laces, in all shalimin tehila, just put the right shoe on first. Who is this like? Tosafot says, if there's no laces, just go to the right first. Now, why? Yeah, we usually put, but if you have, like Moshe's question, if you have no laces, maybe I want to give the hashibu to the left to honor the tefillin, which is on the left.
So we always put right, left.
Right, left, left, right. Right, left, left, right. Yeah. Now, let's turn the page and tie this all up. Again, a quick review. Very good. I think no pun was intended, but I wish it was. Okay. How do we start here? We said the first Gemara says in the Zichut of Abraham Avinu that even though he had a miraculous victory and he defeated 4 massive kingdoms, he said, I don't want $1. I don't want no reward. It's all Kadosh Baruch Hu. He got tefillin and he got tzitzit. Tefillah. And then I'm going to call it tzitzit to make it easy. And then the next Gemara said, by the way, when you put your shoes on, you should put your shoes on like you do the tefillin. You see the connection already or no? Between these two Gemariyot? The two connect the connection. Why do we have tefillin? Because he didn't want to take a shoelace. And when we put our shoelaces on, we honor the tefillin. Are they tied? These two Gemariyot, these two concepts tied together? Says Rabbi Akiva Eiger on page 5 on the top. Says Rabbi Akiva Eiger, Ra'iti b'sefer Emek HaMelech. I saw in the Sefer Emek HaMelech, Parashat Lecha, in our parasha, Ta'am l'shevach apim man de'amar Hazal, Hulin Petet. This Gemara that I read you in Sotah is also Hulin 89. It's the same Gemara, just less action. So he brings the Gemara Hulin 89 and says as follows: B'schar she'amar Abraham Avinu en michut be'atzirot na'al zachu banav lebet mitzvot hushatechev perushot shatufidin. Abraham Avinu got 2 mitzvot for the reward. Mishum hachi, because of this. Kivan dezachu l'tefillin. Once we got the reward of tefillin, neged she'amar atzirot na'al, for the shoelace, niten hashibut l'sroch na'al. We may as well give honor to the shoelace. We're our shoelace. L'kshor tehila b'simol shekoshrim bo tefillin. Says the Vilna. So it's all the Rabbi Akiva Eiger. So it's all tied together. Pun intended. We got the reward of tefillin because of a shoelace, and so when we get this tefillin, we remember it's only because of the shoelace, and the tefillin is on the left hand, and so when we put our actual shoelace on, let's honor our left foot with the tying. Dafka the tying. This answers to Safot, right? Only the tying. If you're not going to be tying, forget about it. Why? It's not about shoes. It's about shoelaces. Okay? And there's also a little bit to Chaim's question. Nothing to do with shoes. Shoelaces. If you have shoes, just put on the right foot first. There's nothing to memorialize with shoes. But if you're going to get involved in a shoelace, you may as well think about Abraham Avinu. Abraham Avinu, the shoelace. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Yamin, you put your right shoe first. Why would the right go first? We gave a reason for the left. Tefillin's on the left arm. Why the right? First, everybody knows the right is more important. The right side is always important. by the Kohanim when they got anointed with the Shem and Hamishah with the oil. On their right thumb, on their right toe thumb, whatever you call it. So the right is always going first. Says the second part of Ishabura, and you should tie it. Regarding tying, the Torah regards left ties very powerful. And with socks, he says, don't worry about it. Okay. Shulchan Aruch, Yoreh De'ah, 289. Yoreh De'ah, 289. Yoreh De'ah. Abraham, it was given to. A lot of times we find this mitzvah like every minachai also, and this sichut, later on. A lot of times it goes later on. I don't know why he didn't get it himself. Why did Abraham Avinu get tefillin right away? It goes to the kids. I don't know. Now, Shulchan Aruch 289 is laws of mizvuzah. There's a gemara that I didn't paste the gemara because it's a little too complicated, so I pasted it instead of Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch says, "Silicha leyot zekufa." The mezuzah needs to be straight up. Straight up on the corner of the wall, of the door. The word Shema should be showing on the outside of the mezuzah. Straight up, like a stick, vertical mezuzah. Haga, Ramoshe Israelites. Bet Yosef. Abal, Yesh Omrim, some people say, that a mezuzah straight up like this is pasul. It should be like this, down, horizontal. The Gemara says, and I didn't paste the Gemara for you guys because it's too much, but the Gemara says, if you have a mezuzah like a nagad, which is like a peg, it's pasul. Those are the Gemara says. If you put the mezuzah like a nagad, like a peg, it's asul. What's a nagad? How does a peg look? So in Rashi and the Gemara, he draws a diagram for you. Rashi holds, this is how a nagad looks. Pasul, which means it has to be straight up. So Safot, the Rebbeinu Tam says, no, that's not what a nagad is. The nagad is like this, straight. So this is kosher. This is not kosher. So Rashi and his grandson, Rebbeinu Tam, arguing with each other, opposite. It says the Ramah, the people who care about mitzvot, they do both. And you do it slanted on an angle. Why? As a compromise. Maybe Rashi is right. Maybe Tosafot is right. Yeah? We do straight. So that no, Ashkenazim.
They do put straight.
No, we do it straight.
We do straight.
Look, opposite. Our mezuzah is straight like an arrow. Ashkenazi mezuzah is slanted. Why? We hold like Rashi. Rashi says when you put like a nagad, it means this. It should be straight up like an arrow. Ashkenazim is saying maybe Rabbi Notam is right, and so they don't do like Rashi. They don't now. What do they hold? They hold they're compromising. What do we hold? Can we talk politics? Because we just had a big election last night. Socialism. Everybody gets rich, everybody loses. Yeah. Everybody gets poor, everybody gets rich. It's socialism. Everybody gets poor. We hold. You're not doing like Rashi. You're not looking at the top. What are you doing here? Compromising doesn't do anything. You're not doing anything now. Everybody's losing. And so we hold, just do it straight like this.
So it was holding on the side like this.
What does that mean? It's we hold. Manashul Hayaruk says, look, zikufa, straight up.
Yeah, but if you have to be not.
Then what does one do?
You're holding like the Rama. Then they hold like the Rama.
But you have to rely on it.
Good. Straight.
But it's still not a reason.
Come to my house, every mezuzah is straight up like that. I got very upset because when the mezuzah down there, is it still? It's slanted and it drives me crazy.
That's what I was thinking.
It's slanted down there. I don't know who put it up. I wasn't here when they did it. This is out of the door over there. We should fix it. We have Ezra. Ezra should fix it. No, we're talking about Shulchan Aruch. Ezra, Shulchan Aruch. Ezra, Ashkenazi Omar. חבר'ה, רבותיי. Why am I bringing this? What does that do with anything? Yeah. What do Yaniv? Why did I put this in here?
So we can learn. We can learn.
We're not talking about mezuzot.
Oh wow. Who got that, bro?
No.
מדברים על ספורט.
Why did I put it here? Besides for that, if you're Ashkenazi, you want to show yourself, you want to see a good koach of compromise. You have to always compromise. Go to your mezuzah, look at the mezuzah. Compromise. If you're Sephardi, if you're Sephardi and you want to say, we should compromise. Go to your kids, say, you should learn how to compromise. I'll give you an example. Look at our religion, very compromising religion. Come with me to the door. No, let's straight to the arrow. Let me tie my shoes. Let me tie my shoes for you. I'm going to show you why we compromise. Because we want to do him. Some people say the right shoe first. Some people say the left shoe first. We don't know what to do. So we're going to put the right shoe. And we're going to tie the left one. And then the left one and the right one. That's called a compromise. So the mezuzah for the Ashkenazim, very good for them. They have a compromise. What's our compromise? Not the mezuzah. The shoes every single day. Put on our shoes. That's a lesson. Immediately every single day, compromise. Try to do both. That's why I put it. Now, this midah of shalom, remember, all this comes from what? Where did we come from? Where do we start with? Oh, the whole thing, this whole class. Abraham Avinu, the champion of the milhama. Champion of the milhama. We want to be like Abraham Avinu. Abraham Avinu, he had the midah. Copy him, you'll win the wars. Just copy Abraham Avinu. Abraham Avinu went in there. What was the way he fought? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to help. I'm doing nothing. I don't want nothing. I don't want your dollar. I don't want your shoelace. I don't want your thread. And then we learn from there, compromise. That's the lesson that comes out from there, compromise. And so these two things, shalom, and all HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to me, are the two lessons from the beginning of the story and the end of the story that we can try to be like Abraham Avinu and win. We also said, tefillin is a fear factor. Is it a coincidence that the mizvah of tefillin, the su'at at least, the tefillin is given after the milhama as a reward, and the tefillin is the thing itself that scares the heck out of the people that are fighting milhama with us? This is what we're talking about. Tefillin is what makes them scared. And so it fits the bill. It's a perfect reward. Avraham Avinu, I'm going to give you a reward with the very thing that these people are scared of. They don't start up with you anymore. What causes victory? Shalom causes victory. Or say shalom b'momar. That's what causes victory. Avraham Avinu. He went to go save his hostage. We have hostages. He went to go save Lot. Where is he going? We have hostages. And so we go take our hostages. What happens when they come home? What happens if we bring every one of them like he did? What do we say? Medal of Honor? Nobel Peace Prize? Now, I have a question. Last night, Baruch Hashem, we had a great election and we got our president back. And I'm very happy with this result. Almost every single person I know is very happy. And one of the main things people are happy is Trump is going to be good for Israel. But we have to be very careful because we can't get sucked into that. Because if Trump is good for Israel, and he said in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, he said, I want every hostage home before I take office. If he gets his way, we have to make sure we still say, don't you dare say you're the reason why I have my wealth. With respect, Mr. President, we love you a lot more than the other one, for sure. Don't say you did it. That's the only way this is going to work. Uh-oh. We have to do our hishtadlut. We have to do our hishtadlut. He said it's all God.
He said it's alive, so I can do. He said
yesterday.
Yeah. Even Trump would agree it's not him. Now, Chaim, I have a question for you. Oh,
he likes to take credit.
it's okay. So that's his problem.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Moshe.
Yes.
When God saved his life and the bullet hit his ear instead of his skull, what's the first thing he said? Nope. No. Think again. Where is my shoe?
Yeah.
When they were picking him up, he said, wait, I need my shoes. So even Trump himself recognizes it's all about the shoes. It's not. It's all about HaKadosh Baruch. Remember the video? You have to go check it after. Right or wrong, Haim? He lost his shoe. He wanted his shoe back.
Fighting with the Secret Service. What are you talking about?
I need my shoe. You ever see something so silly? What do you need your shoe for? Get in a bulletproof car. I need my shoe. What is it? Nivu'ah. How much nivu'ah? It's showing us. Am Yisrael. Don't forget the siroch now. Don't forget the shoe. He has shoelaces. He has shoelaces. I saw the shoe. Nehut? No. It's for us. Everything that happens is us. We have to check it after, huh?
Oh, you went
Yeah. So even Trump himself, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even Trump, the Dodgers also. It's a shame the Yankees didn't go. Even Trump himself, Hashem is saying to Am Yisrael, look, the shoes, guys, the shoes. Don't forget. And what is his deal called? That he signed when he was in office? The Abraham Accords. The Abraham Accords. Yes, you signed the Abraham Accords. Yes. Don't forget. And he's on the path. He's saying God. It's not him. He's the puppet in Hashem's hand. He's a good puppet. But he's the puppet in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's hand. How do we have victory? If we can, yeah. What do you got? Yeah. במרסיע ועבדו לעולם. If I had to extract a lesson from this whole story of Avraham Avinu, how he acted when he was the champion and he won the war, and how can we copy him and be like Avraham Avinu to win our wars? I would say number one, Lo Tomar Ani Yashati et Avraham. It's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Don't take credit for nothing. Number two, the lesson of the shoelaces, compromise. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. One last thing I want to read you, the last gemara for today's class. Yeah. Oseh Shalom Bimromav.
What we do? Take 3 steps
Back.
Why?
To make shalom, you need to go back.
You have to go back.
To take 3 steps.
Very nice.
You need to leave room for somebody to
Very nice. Where is this pasuk? Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Eov. There's a pasuk in Eov. What is it talking about? He makes shalom bimromav in the heavens. So the Arizal says with the malachim. It's in Eov. Yeah.
No,
It's-
but then after
yeah.
Hashem
Yeah, the
take
pasuk's
him
here.
on the tour and
Yeah, look, we're gonna have I'm gonna show you the pasuk right now. Arizal says he makes shalom with the angels. One angel is Esh, one angel is Mayim, and they come together and they don't clash. This is Oseh Shalom bimromav. What does it mean in the Gemara? And how could we make shalom bimromav? We want shalom. We Oseh Shalom bimromav. It became a classic song. How do we do it? What does the Gemara say this means? Look at the Gemara. Last Gemara, and that's it for today. Page 6. Gemara Rosh Hashanah, page 23. Amar Rabbi Yohanan by the red arrow. My dichtiv. This is the pasuk in New York, Moshe. Oseh Shalom bimromav. Me'olam. You know what it means? He makes peace in the heavens. Me'olam lo ra'ata hama pegimata shelevana. The sun never saw the blemish of the moon. Velo pegimata shel keshet, and they never saw the blemish of the keshet of the rainbow. Pegimata shelevana. I'm going to tell you in a second. Why does the sun never see? What is it? First of all, what does it mean blemish? What does it mean he never sees the blemish? It looks like to us the levana is missing pieces. But that's only from our view. From the sun's view, the levana is always shining, always full. So Hashem says, I have to make a levana that goes in and out. It waxes and wanes. It's only going to be for this point of view. As far as the sun, why? I'm not going to let the sun even see the levana, the competition, go down one second. Lo ra'a hama Pegimata shel That's shalom b'mroma. Says the Gemara, Pegimata shel why will Hashem not show the sun the blemish of the moon? You're going to make it feel bad. And so, if we want to have shalom, not b'mroma, down here, but on it, don't look at the bad parts of your friend. Your friend has a bad part. He goes in, he goes out. Look at him like he's always shining. He's always shining. Let his problem to see his blemishes, or maybe his wife. But for you, you only see. That's shalom and love. So again, lessons are every single day. When we put tefillin on, we can think immediately, this I'm putting on Ritzu'ah. This strap of tefillin, Abraham Avinu won the war. He won the war and he gave credit. I want to win the war in Israel. I want to finish the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Number 2, tie our shoelaces. Tie our shoelaces also. Remember, this is another remembrance of winning the war. We're tying the shoelaces because it's just like the tefillin straps. And compromise. The only way this works is if we say, he says the right first, he says the left first. Okay, both. Put the right, left. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen. Rabbi Hanan ben Kasher Omer. עשה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיכך, בא לתומסו שנאמר